want to talk to you about logs today, specifically the log method presented in ICRPG 2nd and Master Edition, which is a framework or a way of thinking and setting up your encounters or sessions by simply starting with a location, an obstacle, and a goal. And this isn't the full encounter, but it gives you the framework to then fill in the bits and pieces in between with tasty mechanics, interesting details, the threats, the timers, the treats, the danger, the energy, the wonder. It's just start with a framework, build on top of it, essentially. You can come up with the location, the obstacle, however you want, but for example, I drew 3 random index cards from the index card volumes, and these are my location, my obstacle, and my goal, respectively, where my location is something like a locked gate, some kind of barrier. We've got an obstacle, which is some kind of lizard, and we've got a tunnel of some kind as our goal. So if I read those just flat out, interpret them as kind of flat, wouldn't be bad. But maybe I could push it a little bit further, and maybe an idea is I could light this lizard on fire, and now I could have like a lava worm. And then that would kind of spur on the idea of maybe we're in a volcano, maybe they have to get past this lizard worm to these, lava tubes that are lead away. And with this barrier, maybe their exit has been barred in by like a cave-in. Now, like they're barred from moving backwards, and they're trapped in this lava room because the volcano is rumbling, and they have to get through there to get to the other side, to get to whatever they're getting to. Maybe they're searching for an item. Maybe they're trying to chase after a villain. Who knows? They're in this room. They found a lava worm, and they've got to get to the other side where they can have some kind of hope to escape. So let's go through kind of what we can think through as we plot out that encounter. So our location is they're essentially barred into this space where their exit that they entered in is no longer an option. We've got a worm as an obstacle, and then they've got some lava tubes leading out on the other side. So I like the idea of being in the volcano. It's kind of reminding me of my Garden of acid pool encounter. And so we can do something similar and reskin that room to be a little bit more, fiery. But with the worm, I'm feeling like that's less of a combat and more of a monster combat where you just kill it. And I'm feeling like this is more of like an environmental threat in addition to the lava of the room. So maybe instead of doing something like stepping stones like I did in my Garden of acid pool, maybe the worm itself is the stepping stone. Maybe the challenge and the obstacle is somehow using this worm to navigate the lava itself. So how they do that is up to the players, but maybe simply keeping this, to basic ICRPG mechanics, let's come up with a timer, a threat, and a treat. So we've got a timer. Let's go like D4. Let's go with a lava dive. So for whatever reason, this monster is gonna like go under the lava in D4 rounds, or or maybe instead of the lava dive, there's gonna be like a cave in again, and it's gonna like spook the lava. So cave in plus spook. Okay, so maybe we'll do that one instead to make it a little bit more dynamic. And let's see, we can do something along the lines of a threat where this is the worm and the lava, and I feel like the worm is essentially invulnerable to pretty much everything. It's swimming in lava, for Pete's sake. So the worm isn't really something you kill. The lava is potentially getting hotter. So maybe we eventually say that it's doing con save per round, or it is D4 damage. Okay, and then for a treat, I think the fact that the worm can be like a ride is a pretty good treat. So maybe it likes the smell of metal, and that maybe that can be something that they use to draw its attention, or whatever. But that's kind of where we're going with this. And so starting with this location, we can come up with the space. We think of the obstacle, and we come up with a goal of what they're getting, which is like to get to the lava tubes, and then you build the rest of the encounter on top of it. That's the benefit of the log method. And that's how having simple frameworks rather than trying to do something really outlandish can be the starting point for inspiration to let you build off of it as things go on. But what do you think? Like, for you, how would you reinterpret these 3 cards for your next session? Like, how would you bring the danger, the energy, and wonder with a locked door, a lizard, and some kind of tunnel, right? That's your challenge. And I'd love to hear what you come up with in the comments. If you have never tried the log method, definitely try it. See what comes up with it. See how it can benefit your game prep. Because in just a few minutes, you can come up with a simple encounter, and then over time as you're prepping, you just keep adding details and details and really refining this out from a simple seed of location, obstacle, and goal. But whatever you're working on, whatever you're prepping or planning or plotting specifically, I hope it's going well, and I hope you're excited about it. But for me, I think the work is done, and it's time to get back to the kiln and the projects ahead. So hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll catch you later.